What is a fine art portrait artist? Artist. I said artist a lot there. Fine art portrait. What is a fine art portrait? What makes somebody a true professional photographer? What is it exactly that a photographer does? What do they do? Well, I'm a professional photographer and I definitely am a fine art photographer. So what's fine art? What's a fine art photographer? Well, not every photographer identifies that way. I identify as a fine art photographer because the way that I see it is that any photo that my clients choose or pick for their package is a work of fine art. And I'm going to take my time to make sure that I create something absolutely magical for them. So my client wanted to have pictures taken at the University of Washington in Seattle, specifically for the cherry blossom trees. And it just so happens that when we got to the venue that she picked, the entire state of Washington was also there where the cherry trees were. And so trying to find a spot where I could take pictures with her and have the trees as the background without also having 100 other people in the picture as well was extremely difficult. We also picked a tricky time of day for lighting. Not by my design, well, maybe by my design. Not that there's any blame, but I typically have certain times of day that I try to shoot for. Yeah. It doesn't always work out the way that I want to. So I picked this particular spot because it had the least amount of people and I really felt that I could work with it. I really loved the archway here and eventually move her over here to this spot. The tricky thing about this particular spot is there was always people coming in and out, which means that any of these pictures that she picks, I'm going to have to spend an exorbitant amount of time editing out people, changing the background. This picture, for example, I love this picture. Editing out all those people and making and bringing this picture around, probably 45 minutes. I like that one better actually. That one. I don't like, I like the cherry trees better in this though. But I like her face angle in this. Damn it. Maybe I could put her into this picture. Oh, that's totally doable. That would be very artful. Do I want to spend my time doing that or do I want to go to a different type of picture? Ooh. So these are all straight out of camera. I shoot raw, which basically means that they're not even pictures yet. They're not even photos yet. These are the ideas of photos. I have to process these pictures before and turn them into JPEGs so that my clients have a product that they can use. This post processing, converting these raw images, typically takes me 2 to 3 hours. I'm excited about these pictures though. Does it really take me 2 to 3 hours? Can't take me that long. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm trying to decide which one I want to edit. I'm only allowing myself 15 minutes for my videos. Which one am I going to edit? I like that. I'd want her chin to be up higher so we can see a little bit more of her mouth. And also, there's too much whites of her eye. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Is she in focus? Or is just the plant in focus? Ooh, just the plant is in focus. That's kind of cool. It would have been cooler if her eyes were the focus, though. I fucked that up. Damn it. What makes a fine art photographer? Do you know that if you compete professionally, there are criteria, there are rules about how your portraits will score? Composition is one of them, storytelling is one of them. These are the things that make somebody a fine art portrait photographer. The ability to tell a story. Ooh. Post-production is a huge part of what professional photographers do. I love the hair light here. I don't like this light coming this way, just because your eye is drawn to the lightest part of the picture, and we want it to be about her, not on this bright spot on the grass. That's pretty though. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I love the lines of that and the hair light. That's freaking great. I need to pick one to edit. What am I going to edit? There's so many that I love. Now, the sad thing, and this is what I say about sadness, about the way that I chose to do this, is I don't know I don't have a lot of time to make all of these art. Some of these will just be photos. There is a difference between a fine art portrait and just a photo. And for me, the difference is post-production. That's pretty, except for what happened to her hand here. It got cut off. Somebody chopped her legs, chopped her hand off. This would have worked if I would have just had her bend her elbow here and then put the other hand across here. Right there. It's like, why is your hand in your crotch? Why is it in her crotch? So understanding these things when you're posing, sometimes I get sloppy just because I get so inspired by the light, etc. I need to slow down. I love that. Now, Mr. Big Shot photographer, Mr. LA, he posed the question about what exactly is a fine art photographer, asking for a friend. I'm just like, I'm floored, because when I first went to watch him work, I sat there and watched him work on an image for like 45 minutes before it was done. 45 minutes. He didn't just take a picture, he created art. And he created that art in post-production and in camera. It's a combination. Photoshop is our digital darkroom. There are some photographers that don't do a lot of post-processing. I would not call those photographers fine art photographers. I like that. I will have to edit out the light, but I like that. For me, when I hear the term fine art photographer, I'm usually thinking of, there's actually a photographer that I think about. Her name is Gemma. She's from Switzerland or something. And she does fine art. Like her photography looks like Renaissance paintings. It looks literally like Michelangelo was reincarnated and came to life and created photography artwork. I mean, she was what I would consider a fine art photographer at the truest definition. That being said, I also consider myself a fine art photographer. Fine art details. Art is subjective, right? It is. So we can identify ourselves however we want to. That's the world we live in, right? Oh, I have to pick a picture. Which picture am I going to pick? I love that. I really like these. Should I go to the cherry blossoms though? Because that's what she really wanted. Yeah, let's give it a whirl. Fuck. This is going to be a pain in the ass. Do I want to make this video is going to take me way longer than 15 minutes since I've made my selection. I'm so excited about this picture. Okay, yeah, I've made my selection. So I'm going to have this be the end of this video. And then I'm going to make another video. I'm so excited. This is going to be amazing. It is. It is. It is. It is. Life is good. I need to figure out a way to do something that, like one of those, a way to speed up a video after I create it. So, is there a way to do that with this? I wonder. I don't know. Anyways, that's the end of this video.